Fortune cookies say.
You're listening to the Epic Fail Podcast.
Hello, episode number 20, Epic Fail Podcast. We made it, guys. Yeah.
Yay!
We're still going. We're still live. I didn't flub up horribly, other than I think the volume on the intro was a bit low. And yeah, so that was fun. So yes, opened up with the Koltrane. We miss you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't even done a show since then, and we miss you. Yeah. So, yes. With this week, we got the contest a little bit later, and we got some WoW news, some Hearthstone. Forgive me, I'm just going to call it Hearthstone. I don't care. There's some news there. Didn't really see a whole lot of noteworthy Diablo PTR. What you do? There was a little bit of StarCraft tournament stuff, but I figure, next month or so we'll start doing that a little more when it gets a little bit closer. Heroes. Obviously, there was plenty of stuff there, so we'll dive into that. Excuse me. Overwatch, little bit of news. And, we'll be rambling as per usual. But, as usual, first up, we'll go into the intros. Ladies first, as usual, as always. So that brings us to Scarlet.
Hello! How are you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's been a crazy week. I had some extra time off again, so I was kind of busy leveling pets. Lots of pets. Lots and lots of pets. On the good news, I'm an expansion late, but I got the Celestial Tournament done. So that was cool. Got my first little Celestial pet. I got however you say his name. We did some raiding, and we are now 6 out of 13 normal. That's about all. I did play some Hearthstone. I was not really impressed with the spiders, but we'll get into that later. So that was me.
Alrighty. Theory, how about you?
I had a good week. Also did some raiding. Working on number 5 out of 13 normal with 2 groups right now, I believe. Going well. Played a little bit of Heroes. Still suck at that, but enjoying it. Love Illidan. He's a lot of fun, even though I definitely am at the bottom of the charts on that. Quick note about Koltrane. Something really cool, kind of pour some salt in the wounds. If you happen to follow Brutal Static, used to be Static, now he's a couple of different raid groups, but pretty popular guy on Twitch. He actually has pre-recorded Koltrane announcements anytime somebody gives a donation. So it's pretty cool to be tuned in there, and then all of a sudden you get to hear Koltrane saying something about bring on the beard feels or something like that, which is always really, really interesting when you hear that out of nowhere. So that's pretty cool. But other than that, I've had a great week. I'm in the fish tank, but I've had a great week.
Are you able to breathe?
Yeah, luckily, I figured something out.
You breathe underwater?
Something like that.
Okay.
I'm not human. You didn't understand. Well, anyway.
Oh, we never thought you were human. As for me, last few weeks I may have implied I wasn't playing WoW a whole lot. Yeah, this week definitely changed that. I am exalted, not revered, exalted, with 2 out of the 3 new factions. And I have 1/3 of the revered bar for the Saberstalkers before they're exalted.
That's a lot of rep grinding.
Yeah. And a little bit of gold. That helped. Not gonna lie, I bought a couple medallions. So, yeah.
So in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, when that patch actually hits, and everybody who took their time still gets their flying at the same time that you did, are you going to be kicking yourself?
Nope. Because I will have access to a ship prior to you guys. I have the augment rune that never goes away, and all that other fun stuff already. So I will be further along the legendary quest chain. So
That's okay. I am taking my time with this, sir. When they announce that 6.2.x or whatever is coming out, that will be when I hurry up and finish.
Yeah. I don't blame you there. So, and I'm going to call this fail number 2 because I didn't get it set up in time. We had a picture for the contest coming up later. Fail on me. Didn't get everything set up. We did pick our winner, but more on that later. And then we were going to talk about the Well Played Party Kickstarter, which we had a custom built, unless I can find it. No, I didn't. I must have screwed something up. We had a picture logo thing going for us here, and I failed. I'm sorry. So 2, 3, right off the bat.
It's okay, I'll have it for you in a second.
Living up to the name. So,
it's okay, keep talking.
Yeah. It was up to, I think, about 65, 70%. And we still have 3.5 weeks, I believe. So
yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Awesome sauce. We want to go to this party. I want to go. I'm debating on donating a little more for the add-ons. I just don't know what I want, and I don't want to, because I don't want to go overboard with what I can do, and I'm going to put you bigger screen. This was taken earlier today. It has since gone up, and the 5,645 is out of 8,000. It has gone up.
Good. That was as of about, I want to say around 11 a.m. this morning, 10:30, 11 a.m. this morning. So
there was another backer of about $80 got put in. 50, so it's 57, and it's up over 5,700.
Nice.
Which is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you can donate and you haven't already, head over there, do the donate. Help the party happen. I'm sure though people like Lore, and we can have Celestial on and we can all blame him for everything.
I haven't heard that in a really long time.
I know.
Maybe
I
dust that one off.
I thought for sure it was going to be played for Koltrane send-off. But all right. So let's say we get going on the show. How about that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
World of Warcraft.
So 6.2 has been out for a couple weeks now. I already said I've been way more active in the game than I really should be. I have actually pre-show I went in to do my couple of my dailies. I think I have 2, maybe 3 treasures left to get, but I need the Garrison campaign to unlock them.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah. Well, it's Apexis weekend. Everything's dropping Apexis, so anytime I can get more Apexis for that
Speaking of,
150K. Yes.
yeah, how are you doing on that? How high up are you at this point?
I am at 97 and change.
Right behind you. I'm at like 92. How about you, Scarlett? Yeah, like
Oh my
140 or
god, I used to be beating you guys. I'm at like 82,000. But again, I kind of spent 3 days leveling pets, and that's all I did. So,
well, that'll do it.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll help us catch up. How have you guys been liking not the raid itself, but Tanan and stuff like that? I know we covered it a little bit for like first impressions.
Tanana's retarded.
Gee, tell us what you really think.
I am so tired. You know, I was out exploring like current content. I don't know what expansion it was. I was like Stormwind, flying all around, getting pets. Anyways, I like the open areas where you don't have a tree stump or a thing every few seconds that you gotta twist and turn. Like, I like the open plains. And I'm so tired of like everything just crowding. Like, there's trees over top and branches and like stuff. I don't know. I just don't like the crowded feel.
I can get that. How about you?
Yeah, it's
Terry?
definitely very dense as far as the scenery and the surroundings. I kind of like it, though. I'm kind of surprised. Something used to happen to me all the time to the previous raid. I would fly out there to the closest flight point, and then I would try to use my feather and fail by jumping up and hitting a tree branch and then falling right back down and then having to run the whole way. And I haven't had that happen to me yet in Tanan. I don't know if they purposely made sure there was no branches above the areas where people would most likely do that, or if I've just gotten lucky. I don't know. But it's gotten better for me in the sense that I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it on multiple characters, so I am liking that. I still don't really like the shipyard, but the Tanan part, for the most part, I'm enjoying. Some of them are pretty tricky, especially if I bring in an undergeared lobby to try to get some gear. And some of the areas are a little bit difficult if you're soloing it, and I'm used to doing them solo because as a tank, it's pretty simple to do most of them solo. But yeah, but if you're not a tank and you're not very well geared, it can be a little tricky if you don't have some buddies with you.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah. I'm still mixed on it. Some of it I like, some of it I don't. I do not like Saber Stalker rep grinding as it is. Clearly I've done a little bit of it. But I don't like it. Just like throw no kill Jaden. I don't really like that particular quest. If it's up, I will take it. Unless I'm working on the other for the achievement, but which I got yesterday. All the table quests areas. But that's just mostly because there's no other. There is nothing you can do out there to quicken the pace of that area. You have to go out and kill billions, not literally, but hundreds of demons and elites and all that. Whereas places like the Bleeding Hollow, you can at least click on the eye. That's a percenter 3 right there.
Yeah.
But every other area seems to have that, or is a quick kill.
Well, they do have the little, like, I don't know what you want to call them, the little guys that are chained up to the rocks, but they don't give you very much in that area.
I mean, the only thing that is out there in Kill Jaden's area is the crystals that you can smash, but you have to kill the name guy, which isn't very hard, for the low chance of the hammer, or the cudgel I think is what it is, to smash it, and it's 5%, but it's not guaranteed, whereas all the other ones are.
Those guys are like 2 million health or something like that, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not hard. They don't hit hard. Rephrasing.
For a tank,
for my paladin, who's Retribution, it doesn't hit hard, and I can heal myself up through it.
Yeah.
So.
Paladins are still OP.
Yeah, Mr. Bear. I don't want to hear about OP. How much health do you get?
1.3, I think, is what I've topped out with procs, but I haven't been paying that much attention to it, to be honest. I've not had to really worry about it.
Yeah, I remember having that much pre-squish.
I was just gonna say, you're back to 1,000,000 health on your bear?
It procs. I start out like between 650 and 700,000, but then the abilities that the bear has, one of the passive abilities is based on multi-strike and crit, so your health pool increases. And so like I'll jump from 6.5 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 1,000, to million, million two, million three. And it doesn't stay that way unless it continues to proc, but it procs more with multi-strike. So that's why most bears are getting a little bit of mastery and then going multi-strike on everything else after that. Because, I mean, obviously if I'm at 1,000,003 and I get hit for a normal tank's health pool, that's not even half my life. So it really doesn't matter at this point that the active mitigation is still a little bit broken because the health pool is so high.
That's crazy. I think I have like 390,000 health, and my other tank has like, not my other tank, but the other tank in the raid.
You were a little
He's
higher
got
than that
just-
last time I saw you, but yeah, I mean, I'm usually with one proc double what the other tank is.
He's normally like just over 400. That's so crazy. No wonder you had 40,000 in the time walking dungeons. And I did. I only had 20,000. I did some more of them when they were there.
Yeah, but I mean, bears have been that way over time where they've always had a larger health pool. That's not really anything new. It's just the way it works now. Instead of just starting out with a really large health pool, you've got kind of large health pool, and then it gets huge during the middle of a fight, especially if you're pulling like AoE trash mobs. Because if you get multi-strike procs on 3 or 4 characters at the same time, that's when it really shoots up quickly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Speaking of time walking, I know Theory, me and you went in, and we did like 2 or 3 the last night. It was
Yeah,
there.
I did my 5
Yeah, I did.
in
5.
order to get it, but a couple of them were repeats. Like I got Black Morass twice,
Wrong one. There we go.
but it was pretty easy. Especially Black Morass. The hardest part about that one is just running back and forth.
The hardest
I
part of that
love
one
the
is waiting.
idea. I think they should have made them a little harder, but
That one, yes.
I didn't do Alcatraz. I heard that one's pretty rough, but I didn't get that one in my randoms. So
Is that the one with Millhouse in it?
Yes.
yes, at the end.
I poured it in, and they were literally on the last boss. It wasn't that bad, but I don't
The last
know
boss
how the
is
rest of
cake.
it was.
The boss in front of that is the hard one because you will get the boss will cast a ability which is interruptible. So if you interrupt that one over everything else, cakewalk. If you don't interrupt that one of the people gets a debuff, probably the tank. And it does nothing except for if that person gets healed, that heal also goes onto the boss.
Oh, that's gross.
So we literally, my group that I was in, because I was trying to DPS it down and I didn't realize what it was because I haven't gone in there forever, and last time I did, I one-shot everything. We were getting the boss down to 10%, would cast that, my interrupt's on cooldown because I used it on Cauterize or a heal or something, and no one else is interrupting. So the boss gets down to 10% and then all of a sudden, full. And I'm like, what? I'm interrupting the heal, what the heck? So 10 minutes later, the healer goes, we all die. Yes, it took 10 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
Of nothing but 10% full, 10% full. And it just... Finally we get it, and then the healer leaves because he's like, you guys can't interrupt the heal. And I'm like, I'm like, you're healing the boss.
So he didn't realize that he was healing the boss?
He was doing it wrong. I mean, the rest of the group was doing it wrong too, myself included. But yeah, he was doing it wrong. You don't heal the person that has that.
So it was a total fail.
It was a total fail, yeah. So... Yeah,
That sounds very painful. I'm glad I didn't get that.
Yeah, from what I hear, that boss is the hardest boss unless you can interrupt that cast, which makes that boss a cakewalk. It's the trash in Arcatraz that's the hard one, because you can pull one, maybe two if you're lucky. Groups of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's time walking. Apex this weekend is this weekend. So, oh, your adventure journal, speaking of Apexis, if you open that up, if you haven't done it already, there will be a quest for 5 bonus areas. And it's a weekly quest. And if you got a level 3 garrison, I know for Alliance side, right outside your town hall, turn right, and it's right next to where the jukebox is, there's a guy with a quest.
Yep.
Same thing. Go there. I auto-completed, but...
Yeah, it's retroactive with the ones that you've done.
Yeah. I got 5 of 5, but it didn't complete.
You got to walk away, and it's like it takes like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then it just completes itself.
So
I did it on like 4 different characters, 2 of which were already done, and 2 of which were not.
Yeah, I used something. I don't even remember. And then it completed right then. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Walked right back over, turned it in. Tons of Apexis, tons of oil. Like 1,000 garrison resources.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice. It made me able to do my shipyard for the day.
I'm
You
still
couldn't
near
do your
cap.
shipyard?
Do what?
Go ahead, Scarlett.
No. What do you mean you could do your shipyard? Like you're running out of shipyard resources?
Oh no, oil I've got tons of. When I say I could do my shipyard, I'm only sending out 100% because I don't want my now 4 epic ships to be blown up.
Oh, gotcha.
So I am literally retrofitting equipment slots as needed. So that's 500 resources per ship, unless they're epic, and then it could be up to 1,000 if I need to.
That's expensive.
Yeah. But I think in the morning I'll have my second legendary of the chain. The quest for the shipyard's done. I sent them out earlier today.
So let me ask you a question about that. Are those the ones that have the? It almost looks like
The weird orange exclamation point.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I finished one today.
Yeah.
I think I have one of those being completed right now.
Yeah. I sent mine earlier, couple hours, like about 2 hours ago now. So that'll be fun. Speaking of the legendary, you guys are all caught up on the progress and everything? Level 2 shipyards, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about having to do the shipyard?
I think it's
for the
silly.
legendary? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb. I understand what they were trying to do, but the fact that you can just rebuild your boats makes the whole fact that they can be destroyed kind of insignificant. The fact that most of us already had capped garrison resources further made that insignificant. So it, to me, kind of seems like a waste of time, to be honest. And it seems like something that if you're trying to get the ring on multiple characters, why should you even have to do that? I don't like it.
No, I have got 3 characters in the same area. I mean, obviously my paladin's further. My mage and my DK, I'm not even barely doing shipyard stuff. I'm so far behind at this point for like getting the reps and all that. The shipyard is killing alts.
Yep. Yep, it makes it much more difficult. Plus the fact that it's like out the garrison down the hill and it takes 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Although I hear that there's an item you can get that will port you there instantly.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Where do you get it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll put it in the show notes if I can remember to find it. There's 2 versions of it. One has a limited range and a 15-minute cooldown. The other is unlimited range for Tanan jungle only. So anything in Tanan also has a 15-minute cooldown. You click it, and it will teleport you to a rare.
Oh.
That's cool.
Any rare is possible in-game. Now, the reason you want this item is for the Predator title. There's only You can't get it any. You can't get to this guy any other way. Aviana's Feather maybe, but I think you have to pour it into it. Because I think he's in the boat.
It just works in Tanan, though, right?
It's
Like, it's
only
not kind of
Tanan.
like... Oh,
Yes.
that would be amazing if it ported you to the Time Lost Proto Drake or something crazy like that.
Oh, I would. If there was a one that had the chance of the Time Lost Proto Drake alive, I'd
Yeah.
spend 20, 30K on it.
Yo, I farmed that Drake. Just saying.
Yeah, so have I. You know why it's called the Time Lost Proto Drake? Because you lose time looking for it.
No, I mean, I have the time lost Drake.
That's.
I'm not surprised.
I don't. But
I have a mount that you don't have. What?
I've got 312 now. I don't have all of the in-game ones. Yes, you have at least one. I know you have at least one. You have the mount that no one can see.
Oh, well, yeah, but I meant other than that one.
Yeah. Well, I've got the rep one from one of the Tanan reps has a mount at the end. I bought that because why not? Alrighty. There was an interview earlier this week, which caused a little bit of a stir on Twitter.
Liz seems to be trying to do that recently. It's like,
There's
there's
a
a little controversy this week.
There is a communication fail of epic levels this expansion. When they do talk, nobody likes it. With the exception of, okay, you can fly. But, and then everyone's like, I don't want to have to do all that. I just want to pay gold. No, shut up. They want you to see everything, no problem. If you're actually playing the game, you did most of this stuff already. Shut up, no one cares. But, yeah, this interview, after the Ian Hasekostas second interview saying 6.1 wasn't even a real patch, content patch, major patch, Corey Stockton, aka Mumper on Twitter, came up and said, yeah, we did 2 major patches.
So where's the other major patch then?
Yeah. No,
That's
you did
6.1.
you did a
Not
side project
patch.
selfie stick, and you gave us Harrison Jones quest. That is not a major patch. You gave us some quality of life stuff. You gave us no content.
They gave us the second half of the first tier.
That actually didn't come out the same day.
Well, but it was almost.
I know, but still. So we had a iffy patch and 1 major content. So this other secondary patch, when can we expect that?
7.1.
This is where the controversy of the week is, because everyone's like, where is it? Did we all like unsub for a month and not see it? But, and then I saw a lot of activity about what do you think of the expansion so far? So I'll ask you guys, what do you guys think of the expansion so far? Obviously we haven't cleared the last raid. Oh, that was another thing he said. Yeah, this is the last raid. Confirmed. So what do you guys think so far?
You first, Scarlett.
I don't mind it. I mean, I complain about the island, which I really don't like the design of the island, but that's just an aesthetic thing. I don't mind how it's going. I do like the raid a lot better than like Siege of Orgrimmar, but it feels different. I don't know. I started in Cataclysm, and maybe it was because I was new or something. I don't know, but it just feels different than even Panda Land. But
yeah,
it's fun still. I mean, obviously, because I'm still playing the game. But
yeah. Obviously, we can't go for the whole, the whole expansion so far. But so far, with what we've seen, 1 to 10, 10 being the best. One being, I want to quit.
I'd say it's like a 2,
A 2 for the expansion.
a 3.
So
I don't know.
you're pretty much saying you're on the edge of quitting.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry. I got that backwards. Like a 7 or an 8. Sorry. Fail moment.
Boy.
I totally heard you say 10 was bad and 1 was good. I don't know.
Clearly didn't say that.
I know.
I wasn't even close.
Oh.
Before I get to you, Theory, I'm going to assume, Scarlett, you meant 7, 8.
Yeah.
All right. In our chat room, the Game Case, aka Cuddles, is loving it. I know. Poor Scarlett.
Isn't that a McDonald's thing? I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
That is totally McDonald's.
Yeah, that is McDonald's. Don't sue us, McDonald's. We don't. We're not endorsing your food
Sponsor.
or hating your food.
Sponsor. We all need nuggets.
If you want to sponsor us, that'd be great. But don't expect it.
Oh.
Anyway, Theory.
I think that this expansion is pretty hard to quantify because in some areas I think they did really well. I would give the rating as far as the encounter design and the art and the idea behind the story, probably an 8 or a 9. But there's other things that are much, much lower. I definitely think this expansion was one that they did a lot of like testing on, trying new things. And some of them worked, some of them didn't. So overall, maybe like a 6 or a 7. It's nowhere near something that I'm done playing at this point. It's still going to be the game that I spend a lot of time in, but there is some stuff beyond rating, because rating is pretty good, that they need to improve on. And I do think 6.2 is a step in the right direction, but it still kind of seems like they're testing and trying things. Instead of doing what they know works. So, I mean, innovation's great, but not when you're going back and forth with stuff. Like, here's a bunch of gold in your garrison. No, wait, we're going to take that back. Now you can go get it at a boat. And no, we're going to take that back. I don't like the wishy-washy part. That part really is like a 2 for me.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. For me, rating wise, I'd give it a solid 7, maybe an 8. I've liked the rating. I like the Lich King ICC the most in Odawar. Leveling 9.5. 90 to 99 was great. At 100 though, that's where the game kind of failed hard for me. I'd give that a 1.3. I know that's a random number, but
Come on, give it a 1.5.
no, I'm not even going to give it a 1.5. It's a 1.3. It's lucky I got that high. It made me not want to play the game. Which, okay, admittedly, I got to play Heroes quite a bit because of that. So it wasn't all bad. But I didn't even want to play. So Tanan Jungle with the new stuff, after the shiny wears off, probably a 6 for this Timeless Isle again. You're muted.
I got to interject. If you weren't racing, yeah, that's my first one. Now we're tied. If you weren't racing to the end of your flying stuff, this 6 may be a little higher because you won't be stalled out and have nothing to do in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I was the same way in Timeless Isle, that was the thing, and there was no real need to, other than the rep, which I waited forever to do until I outgeared the place so much that I could go solo everything. Minus Ordos. I haven't tried him yet. My DK probably could. Irrelevant.
He's got like 20 mil I was tempted to try it.
If you go try it and you can't do it, then I'm not gonna try it. So I'll wait. But yeah, other than that one rep, which was, just for amount and an achievement, didn't care. I was done in the Timeless Isle in 3 days. I didn't care. I stopped going.
See, I was still going because Timeless Isle was relatively simple for alts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go for alts every now and then, but
the Tanan is great for rewards for alts, but it's not easy to get in and get geared.
If you outgear the 650 and you don't want to spend the 20,000 Apexis crystals it's going to take to upgrade the gear, it's not worth it.
Granted, I have seen a lot of procs on the 650s going to 675.
Okay,
but
I'll give you that. But my mage alt is already in like 676 gear.
Yeah.
So that gear, unless it got,
But your mage at 676 can probably handle itself fairly well in Tanan, at least in most of the areas.
Yeah, I mean,
I was playing a 600 hunter today for hours, and that was challenging, but it was fun because it was challenging. But I died, I don't even know how many times, and that's with having my own personal tank. Poor dog, but he died a lot too. But that was kind of a difficult thing to kind of go through. Now, granted, I went from less than 600, like 598 or something, to like 637 in a few hours because of gear, but it was definitely not easy. I don't think most people would want to do that on multiple alts.
Yeah, it's literally killing my drive for alts, which sucks because every expansion after Wrath, because I started in Burning Crusade, I've had every character max leveled and at least Raid Finder geared or better. And this expansion, I managed to get 5. I don't know if I'm doing another one.
I have 10. They're not all geared.
No.
I don't know how you guys do that. I do not have the patience for that many alts. Holy.
I get bored.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
And instead of...
that's kind of obvious.
Yeah, he gets bored, he plays WoW on another character. I get bored, I log out of WoW and play another game.
Yep.
And I just learned a pet battle, apparently.
And I'm not a huge pet battle fan either. But I mean, that's part of the reason why this game is as good as it is that there's so many different things that people can get attached to and enjoy.
I mean, I pet battle every now and then. I just haven't messed with it this expansion yet. Once I get flying, I'll probably do it a bit more because I can just go right straight to the pets I want.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference.
Yeah, I'm not doing my Draenor collection until I can fly.
Same with archaeology.
Likewise.
I've done some archaeology. I did one dig site, but outside of that, everything archaeology-wise, I've gotten out of the mine. Because every now and then you get the stones out of the crates.
I hate archaeology.
I'm still at 600 because the one time I did a dig site, I never got, upgrade to 7. No, never got one. So, yeah, as soon as I get flying, that's going to 700. I'll spend a day doing it. Yes, Kale, I will agree. It is a horrible grind. Do you guys have anything else WoW related?
I think that pretty much does it for a while this week.
I know, it's
but
amazing.
Think of something in like 20 minutes and bring it back up because that's what.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll end up doing that.
Yeah. Do you have your Arthas armor yet?
My Arthas armor?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I want to.
Alright, well, if that's all for that, then it is then time to move on. Hearthstone, however you want to say it doesn't matter. They're both right to me. Tavern Brawl was new again this week. I actually played more than one game.
What?
I know, right? I played 3. Admittedly, this 3 separate, not together, separate.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
also played 3, which is huge for me.
For those of you who have been paying attention, the last couple of weeks I've played 1. This one I played 3. I was gonna play more than 1 anyway, but I kept getting people who somehow managed to get better decks than me, because they played better than me, however you want to call it.
There you go.
And so I got 2 losses off the bat, right back to back, and I was getting frustrated. And then I got the next one, and I won, and I dominated that one. I was like, okay, done.
What class were you playing?
I think I was going Hunter for all 3. It just seemed like it would be the best idea, because I don't know. So, did that. Got my win, got my free card pack, disenchanted all 5. Yeah. Right now I'm rank 18 with 2 stars, I believe, because I haven't really been playing too much.
I'm catching up to you by you falling down to me.
Yeah. Well, every month it starts over. You start lower.
Yep. Yeah, I went from 24 to 25 again, which is why I played 3 games so that I could get back to 24.
Yeah.
Seriously, we need to have a day where we can just play Hearthstone. I think it would be funny.
I don't think I could. I get on the rolls, which is funny because I have like probably the noobish deck out there, which is a Priest Murloc deck. And I don't know why, but I do really well with it. I'll win 4 or 5 games in a row, but then as soon as I try to play something that's more complex, I'll lose over and over and over. And then I want to punch my screen, so I play something else.
That's how I was for a long time, and then it just suddenly clicks after a while, and you're like, oh. But if you watch some Hearthstone streams, there's some streamers who explain why they do certain moves and whatnot, and that really helps too.
Yeah, I haven't really watched too much Hearthstone on Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I've watched a lot of other games I don't play on Twitch. As a matter of fact, one of my buddies from Tampa today was playing some Street Fighter, which was brought back some memories from being a kid at the arcade.
Just a bit.
And getting my ass whooped on some Street Fighter. But that was cool.
New one coming out eventually. It's not Blizzard related, but we can be excited about other stuff too.
Absolutely.
What? Other games exist?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What? I don't know what that is.
Siri's just like la 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 la.
I watched some people playing the other Final Fantasy thing that just came out, and no.
7 is way different than that. But that again, that's not this show, so we'll discuss it, after show or whatever.
Yep.
So I failed for a 5th time.
Oh,
You're on
jeez.
a roll.
Yes. I had a lot of stuff I had to set up for this. Thank you.
So am I going to pull this one up too?
Yes, the card back.
Okay. Yeah.
Got a new Hearthstone card back because, new month. Get to rank 20. And Vol'jin himself will show up to your door and hand you this card back.
Seriously, I would be totally excited to meet Vol'jin. He's kind of badass.
Yeah. And if you actually believe that Vol'jin himself will do it, then no.
Shut up.
I know you didn't actually believe it, but still. Oh, the joys of live chat rooms, by the way. Yeah.
Spammers are spammers.
Yeah. I'll have to give some people some mod statuses. I honestly didn't expect anything to happen, but whatever. So yeah, the Dark Spear. I know Theory's not a fan of it.
I think it looks dumb. but if Vol'jin did show up and, gave it to me in the game, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, Here is your card back. Come on. That'd be cool. You can hand it to me.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
that would. Yeah.
Imagine like this 7-foot gaunt skeleton troll tusky dude knocking on your door. That would be awesome.
If he was blue, he'd be right up your alley.
I know.
Except he's skinny and not, big and
Good
muscular.
point. Good point. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
Ask Kale in the chat room. Her and I like our monsters in WoW. Okay, just saying.
Scarlet.
She agrees with me.
I'm just gonna say, for next show, I'm going to make sure I have a picture of that dude and be like, this apparently is Scarlet's type.
There
So
will,
I'm going back into High Mall and getting a nice picture of him.
there will be a time where we don't have an idea for our backgrounds. And that's when that will happen.
You know what? Bring it.
Challenge
There,
accepted.
she signed
Yep.
off on it. We're good.
We're live. We have people who saw that. She just okayed
She admitted
this. So, yeah.
Can I derail the conversation for a second?
Why not? Happens every other show.
I know. I just remembered something WoW related.
Perfect.
It was Blizzard had posted a thing that happened 12 years ago today, and it was a video of not Arthas. Wow, that was a fail. Of Illidan and the Naga, and it was freaking awesome. And it was people, not animation, or at least it was like half animation and half people. It was amazeballs. So Illidan
Where
is
was this posted on?
Facebook on Blizzard page.
Yeah, they did some
Interesting.
cosplay stuff. So
It was pretty
Wait,
bad.
it was cosplay?
No, it was an actual like intro video, but
Oh.
it was people / animation.
so it's kind of
Okay.
cosplay.
I'm going to have to
Yeah.
check that out.
Okay.
That sounds cool. I like pretty much anything having to do with Illidan, but if it's some goofy person, just
No, it was like, oh my god, nerd porn. It was awesome.
nerd porn.
Yep.
Okay. That was Draven's like
No, that was
scratch the nose right there. That was,
yeah,
and then he gets
no,
the
I
eye.
gotta go
Yeah,
edit that.
Oh,
no. That was me knowing that someone thought I'd be interested in something like that and sent me a link, and I didn't pay attention to the link. I just clicked it.
no.
Luckily, it was to just a website, and it didn't
Still.
actually go straight to a video or anything like that.
Better clear your browser.
Yeah, that happened. But
You're going to be getting some random emails and ads.
let's just say I don't click links from that friend anymore,
Sounds
and
like a good plan.
and I may have punched him in the nose.
Ooh, violence.
Yes.
Did you break it?
No, I didn't punch him hard enough to break it.
Just made his eyes water a little.
Yeah, I was like, don't ever do that again. Anyway,
Okay.
so getting back to Hearthstone. Did you see any tournament results? I know there was a couple tournaments.
The tournament, the big one that's going on, it's actually between all the teams. It's going on for a couple months, so there isn't any results as of yet.
Okay.
It's fairly complex. I did find out something kind of cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have you heard of Disguised Toast on YouTube?
Yes.
So basically,
Had to think about that for a second. I was like, oh yeah.
there's one of the cards in Hearthstone has a saying that said this guy's toast, but it sounds like disguised toast.
Yeah.
That sounds so confusing out loud. So, anyways, he makes lore videos, and he tells the origins of the cards from Hearthstone according to the WoW lore, which his videos are pretty awesome. But he is also from the same city, and he might be at that Hearthstone gathering. He was at the previous one that I missed, so he might be at the next one that's coming up the end of July. So cross my fingers that I can go to that.
The one that you're
Very
actually
cool.
going to go to?
Yeah, hopefully.
You should
If I can
get a
me off
picture with.
work.
Yeah, get a picture between
I know.
you and him. And
I really want a picture with Crep too. So let's.
Yeah, get a picture with him at the event and tell him if he's okay with that. We'll give him a shout out on the show and link to his stream and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
So hopefully.
Alrighty, so anything else? I got nothing for that game anymore.
For that game, it lost its name.
I know.
He just doesn't want to say it wrong again. Just accept it. The wrong way to say it's the right way to say it, and we're good. Unless you're Scarlet.
Healthstone. Okay.
Healthstone. Yeah. It's like a warlock healthstone.
Yes. So, if you guys have nothing else, that means we have the next game.
StarCraft.
Yay! Really, there's no news, minus the tournament. We got one guy who's now officially in the BlizzCon runnings. His name's Hydra. Hell, Hydra. And yes, that's really
my question.
Yeah.
The game case.
Game case in chat. What's StarCraft? Don't make me throw you out of chat too. No, I wouldn't do that. That's just mean. I do that to people who deserve it. Yeah, there was a tournament. He was not the one that everyone thought was going to win. And he ended up winning. I mean, he was going to be in the top 4. Yeah. And all that. So, but that's his first WCS, I think, is the tournament win. Got a nice little trophy, nice paycheck. Yeah. That's really all there is there. But it was noteworthy, so I thought I'd throw it in.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at chat.
Yeah. So, yes. Why me? Why me? Anyway.
It was your idea.
I know. It was my idea, I know. Anyway, next game. Heroes.
Heroes of the
What
Storm.
heroes?
So, obviously, as per the background, a new quote-unquote expansion. Still not, whatever. I don't get it. It's more content, I get that. I just don't, the expansion word is throwing me off. The Eternal Conflict, which is a Diablo theme. And that brings us, right now, my personal favorite guy I'm playing right now is the Butcher. He's fun. Overpowered as anything in the world right now, but he's fun.
Everybody that sees him turns around and runs because he's so ugly. So you can just hit everybody in the back.
No, well,
He's not ugly.
Of course, you don't think he's ugly. But yeah, that dude is, yeah.
Yeah, he's fun. They do turn and run. The problem is he can chase them and run pretty far and catch them, and then they die. I'm having a blast. I actually played him last night. with Cuddles and one of his friends. We didn't do all that well, but I had fun. I'm assuming they had fun. There you go, Scarlett. Chat comment.
He's totally awesome.
Yeah. Scarlett's friend does not agree on the cuteness of the butcher.
So for those of you who are either listening to this later or watching the video, you need to come join us so that you can join in on the chat fun.
Yeah.
We're having some fun. So definitely next time.
Definitely,
come hang out.
we're definitely trying to interact with the chat room with some. So yeah, that's always fun. And I'm just gonna throw the trailer for the butcher because it's that awesome. There's almost no fighting in it, but it is freaking amazing. I love this trailer for the butcher. And of course, it's not gonna. All right, fine. I should probably. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I was gonna try to do it. It didn't want to play. I had it set up for it.
And then you come back to me. Were you wanting me to pull up your video?
No, I came up to you because you were the one closest to where my mouse was to get us off the black screen.
Because I could probably pull up your video if you wanted me to.
I'm sure you could. One day I will figure out how to do this hosting thing. But until then, you're stuck with the fail. And yeah. So anyway, it basically just had a couple heroes going through this crypt, and the butcher just kind of taking them out one at a time. And then the last one actually finds him in his little quote-unquote lair, chopping things up. And you hear the, oh, fresh meat.
You do that well. That was good. Do that again.
No, it hurts my voice. It really does hurt. It really does hurt my throat to do that.
That was spot on there, sir.
It was pretty close, yeah. And then it's Tychus, and the butcher disappears while he's throwing his little chain gun, and he's like, I don't know where he is, and all of a sudden the butcher runs in his face. And that's the trailer. It's a lot more epic than my description, but even Scarlett liked it, and she hates heroes.
It's pretty badass. I do have to admit that trailer, it's amazeballs.
Yeah. So yeah. And then new map, which most of our backgrounds for when the three of us are on are from that. In fact, I think all of them are. So
yeah.
That was cool. And let me see if I can... Of course there isn't one. Why is... Whatever. There was one that had the Immortals in the middle, which is the big thing you need to go for in the fight, in the map.
Yeah.
And if you play it right, you can actually win the map in 2 Immortals. If you don't, it might take 3, 4, or 5. But that is the goal of the map, people. And we agree, Kale. She needs to play.
That tutorial, man, it's a killer.
Deal
so
with it. Just deal. Get through it. It's so much better than the tutorial.
You know, I did.
It does get a lot better.
I promised I would try it, and I got distracted by pet battles, but I will try it sometime.
And the other thing you really need to do, Scarlett, coming from somebody else, what took a little while to get into it, is I definitely think you should try to play a tank class. Because if you're playing a tank class, I think you'll enjoy it more, and the transition will be easier.
That's probably true.
Speaking of tank classes, we have a free one this week. I think they have a free tank every week.
Pretty sure they do.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple tanks and some supports and all that. But, as per usual, Falstad, which is an assassin. Muradin, tank. Raynor, assassin. Sonya, I'm going to call her a warrior. She's an off tank, not a real tank. Tyrande, weird combination of assassin support. Gazlo.
Gotta be 12 for that one.
Yeah, your account
Almost.
has to be 12.
No, no, I'm about like halfway.
Yeah. Gazlo is fun. He's a little weird, but he's fun. And then we have the Dunk Master, Asmodan, at 15. I've been trying to get I watch these pro players, and I'm seeing them get that 500 bonus stack damage or however many it is on Asmodan, and I can't do it. I've been trying. The highest I've gotten was 134, and then we won.
So I'll explain what a Dunk Master is in this game.
So, I assume you know what basketball is.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
So you know what a slam dunk is.
Yes, I do.
Asmodan has a ball that he will throw, and he just does this and throws it, and then it'll go however far it is allowed, and it'll dunk on people. It just lands on people, and they call it dunking. If you kill someone, you dunked.
Is this actually a ball, or is he throwing like a rock or something?
It's a negative energy type ball, like a demonic energy type thing. It's not a rock.
Okay.
It's called dunking.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know. I don't know what basketball is.
What? You don't? Oh, we just need to move on.
Yeah. I don't know what the Canadian version of American basketball is.
Oh
Canadian
boy.
Basketball?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. All right, so that brings us to the contest. We were gonna have, as I've mentioned earlier, a special background for it. I failed horribly because there was so much crap I had to set up tonight, and I couldn't do it ahead of time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solo on me, and I'm going to pull up the actual post here of the winner. That's not it. It's over here. Okay. Bring it over here so I can see it better. All right. So we had a couple entries, and we talked about it fairly quickly because there wasn't a whole lot of them, sadly. Only one person actually went through all three. Most of the entries were just, number one. Admittedly, number 3 was a bonus, and the person who won didn't even answer it correctly. I'm going to start with that one. Number 3 was the 2 guest hosts. What episode and who? Ro in episode 3, which he's in the title, so that was really not hard to do. And technically speaking, Theory was just a guest when he started, and we just kind of kept him because Lat decided to go play in Neverland or Oz or something.
You can't quit me, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no. Watch this. Oh, it just did. Anyway, so that was number 3. This person's biggest fail, and I'm pretty sure he's in the chat room. I think he's in the chat room. He was yes, he's in the chat room actually. So congratulations to someone in the chat room. I will get a hold of you after the show, and you'll get your codes. His biggest WoW fail was, I'm going to summarize. Earlier, I may have mentioned a friend of mine back in Old War who was a warrior tank and charged off the edge of Koltrane. Well, this person plays a monk and did the same thing, only it wasn't Koltrane, it was Chromog in BRF. But it was mid-pull. It wasn't to pull the boss. It was in the middle of the fight. With the little rolly thing. So I thought that was kind of funny and amusing, and yeah. Did you guys think that was amusing? Unless you were actually there. Unless you were in that particular raid.
I may have been in that one,
I,
but I've also done that a few different times on a few different bosses. So
I,
I've
I
experienced that one.
I have not actually done that. That's one of the few things I haven't done. I have, you know, thought I could fly and jumped off the edge and forgot. But generally, I play a paladin and a mage, so it doesn't kill me.
I did when I was playing monk for the first time. I was rolling everywhere, and I rolled off quite a few cliffs. So
Yeah.
not quite during a boss, just because I don't tank much on the monk anymore. But yep.
Yep. And he did give us some feedback, which wants us to get more in depth with heroes. Once we get Scarlet playing more, we'll be able to go into some more discussion on that. We'll spend some more time in heroes, etc., and so forth. And we can go into like team strat fights, which, you know, I don't want to go too in depth because each map has its own basis and stuff like that. And there is another show that is already dedicated to heroes entirely, and that is I'm blanking. Cuddles. What is it? It's not the starting zone, but it's the same guy. Stormcast. Never mind, Cuddles. Thank you anyway. My God. Stormcast does it. So yeah. So congratulations, Cuddles. I will get a hold of you after show, and you'll get your mount code. And then that will leave us with a Zagara to give away, or have someone else give away at a later date. So we have one more giveaway. Or
Giveaways are awesome.
Scarlet, if you get into the game, I might just give that to you.
Oh,
No, it should go to a viewer
tempting.
who would actually use it.
Well,
As flattering as that is, it should really go to a viewer.
well, I was just thinking this way it'll get you a hero, and you might play it. Yeah. Before I get into what I was about to say, I will say half off this week. Brightwing is $5. The Flying Monkey Brightwing skin, which is amazing, is also $5. I may have bought that the day it got released. I don't play Brightwing hardly ever, but how can you resist a flying monkey? And I won't use any other skin on Brightwing. That's it. And then also for $5, we have the Desert Queen Zagara. I might have bought that one too.
So speaking of skins, I have to ask because
Yes.
Falstad's one of the free ones this week. Do they have a red shirt guy skin for Falstad?
Not that I know of. Tweet them about it.
They definitely should have one. That would be
They-
amazing.
Yes, tweet them about it. I will retweet it.
I think
So
people would buy that
Oh, yeah.
just out of pop culture,
Oh yeah,
you know.
they need a red shirt guy.
Yes.
It'd be awesome.
I agree with that.
His last question was a little lamer, but
Doesn't matter.
it
He's
doesn't
already a
matter.
legend.
Yeah, at that point, how do you top, correcting them at BlizzCon?
Yep.
So yeah, let's see. Have you played it? I saw you were playing a couple games this week, Theory.
I did. It's kind of funny because like at work we have a pretty nice break room, and a couple of the computers do have the full Blizzard gimmick on them. So I tried to do a training game on my break, which was not a training game, but I didn't realize it till after it already started. So I ended up having to bail on that, which, sorry, whoever it was I was playing with, didn't mean to play with you. And then I did a couple other training ones. So I think I played like 3 games. I'm still not very good at Illidan, but I enjoy it very much. So it is fun, but for me, it's more of a change of pace game. Like I'll play it just when I'm bored with WoW, or if I got nothing else going on, or I've got like 10 minutes and that's all I've got. I'll jump in something with it, and it is enjoyable. I think Scarlet, once you get past the intro area, you will enjoy it. But you got to get past it.
I'm just gonna jump in and say if you're playing for 10 minutes, the game is gone either horribly well or horribly wrong. Most games
Well, the
last...
training ones aren't that
Oh,
long.
okay. I was gonna say against even the AI, usually it's 20 minutes unless you have a good group and a bad AI, because there are different AI levels.
Yeah.
I played a couple
Which is
games
why I
before
had to
work.
bail on that one that wasn't a training mission,
Yeah.
because I only got like halfway through it and I needed to walk away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's
To
the
be
training ones can be long, but they're not usually.
Yeah.
to be fair, I hated WoW when it first came out, and now look where I am, pet battling and stuff. So,
Playing the Pokemons into WoWs.
I've never played Pokemon
Neither
ever.
have I.
So, I will give it another shot, an honest shot.
Just
That I promise.
get as soon as you can get out of the tutorial, do so and just play against the AI for
Yep.
a few games.
Do the trainings.
Yeah.
And then get in a group with Draven, because if you're on his team, you're gonna win.
Against the AI, yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
I
I mean, I don't think I've lost against the AI anyway,
You can.
but
There,
yeah.
I've seen at least 3 different, maybe even 4 different AI levels. There's one that is almost insanely expert, which you actually need. Whoops. You actually need a good group working together a lot of time to work. But for the most part, you can ignore most of the game mechanics and just push lane the entire time.
Yeah. And that's what I was doing the first couple of games, because I didn't really understand what was going on in the middle anyway.
Yeah, you just have to, basically you have to know the map and know the objective of the map, and you're good. I mean, obviously you have the other people and you don't want to die, but yeah. So, congrats, Cuddles. Really not a whole lot, but I will bring it up anyway, just because I like the sounder.
Overwatch.
Yes, Overwatch. The biggest thing, they updated their website. I mean, they're something about a Hero 76 or Stranger 76 or something. But I'm assuming at Gamescom there's going to be a new character reveal.
Yep. That would make sense.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about the new website, though, there's a link, if you haven't already done it, through Blizzard to request beta access.
Yeah.
Which is some. Yeah. Well, it's easier to see now, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's definitely cool looking the way they have it set up.
I don't want to be queued. Just right as soon as possible, I will go in. I will give Reaper a very thorough testing.
And he won't touch any of the other characters except for when he shoots them.
I probably will play other characters too. I don't just play my Paladin in WoW. I don't just play Abathur in Heroes.
You don't just play a paladin? What?
I know. It's so weird.
Who would only play a character like a Death Knight only?
Well, you've got
Funny,
your,
that
yeah, you've got your warrior too.
that is just a garrison ult to make myself money.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like my other non-server, so it doesn't help me whatsoever. Yeah. All right. So that would appear to be our show this week. Trying to keep it under the 2-hour mark, and I think we've succeeded for a change. Which is obviously a nice change from the last few weeks where we were up till 3 in the morning, still recording. That was fun.
Fun on a Friday.
Yeah, Raxy Taxi, Warlock for life. I'm sorry. No. One of my one of my top one of my hundreds is a warlock, but
To be fair, Vaxie's a pretty badass warlock.
We have
you missed a word there, Cuddles.
Yes, exactly.
We have
We have a very good warlock on one of my two teams, Ionis.
yeah.
And like he was talking about how he was nerfed and all this kind of stuff and had to switch and he didn't really like playing it and he's still topping the charts.
He
So
was, the one fight he was what 99th percentile, 100th percentile.
yeah, like I mean he's good, but it's just like they nerfed you and you're still hitting the 98th percentile. It's like okay, whatever, you're still topping the charts. Every time they talk about nerfing warlocks, it doesn't happen. They're just better in a different way.
Yeah.
They never really get completely nerfed.
I think they should just get one spell and it should only hit for 1 damage.
All they can do is make cookies.
Yes. And portals.
Cookies. Oh yeah, and summoning stones. That's
Yeah.
it.
But if you're Canadian, you don't get summoned unless your name's Scarlet.
I always get the summons because I'm special.
No,
What?
no, it's because you're a tank.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, they need you.
If you're a DPS, you're on your own.
You know what, though? To be fair, I usually fly out, and I'm there, like, for the most part.
Oh, we're going to start a rant. Here comes a rant.
No, I have a joke.
Okay.
It's totally not WoW related, but it's been running through my mind because of the fish background.
Before you get to it, is your joke Theory's Rogues DPS?
No.
Oh, ouch, burn. Yeah, what happened to that assassination buff, huh? Nope.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything good out of Rogues. I feel bad for Rogues, but...
Well, sub's still decent. I just don't like playing sub, so yeah, the rogue may get put back away.
Yeah. Anyway, what was your joke?
What do you call a fish with no eye? Exactly. A fish. I love that joke. It's so bad it's good. I had to.
They're not laughing. It's no laughs. No laughs.
Because they also have no ears.
I'm seeing, oh god, we're all gonna die. 0 out of 10 bongos. Go away, we want Koltrane back.
Oh.
Fortune Cookie did not say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I derailed the show again. I apologize. With the fish! We're a fish.
That was funny. Not.
That was incredibly not. And it was incredibly, like, 10 years ago.
I don't care. It was still funny.
Yeah. So, anyway, before we completely crash this train wreck. Let's do some shout outs. As usual, ladies first.
Shout outs. I want to shout out to my fellow Banana Raid members. I couldn't remember our name for a second, so that's a fail. Came out to support us in the chat room. So shout out to Kale and Raxi and anybody else who's watching this. And we're going to kick some butt next week on the raids. I think that's it. Shout out. Yep, that's it to my raid team.
All right. And City.
Okay, I got a couple. First is a random one. Today, while I was on my hunter, there was a druid that was just chilling in the middle of the zone and stealthing and popping out and healing me, which was nice. He wasn't even CTR, but it just literally wasn't doing anything, just gave me a few heals.
Do you know his name?
No, random druid. is his name. So shout out to him because that was kind of cool. But that kind of goes hand in hand with if you listen to the game case with his random acts of kindness and wow that he was doing, which I probably didn't name that correctly, but that's basically what it is. So that's kind of cool. So shout out to Cuddles in the game case as well. And then the last thing that I really wanted to do for shout outs is the guys that work on CTR's website. That new team pages thing that they've set up is pretty darn cool. And I do got to say that Banana Republic logo looks really nice on there.
Hey.
Yeah, we rock.
I just want to point out, Theory, there's no self-promoting on this show.
What are you talking about?
Unless you're me.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about anyway.
No, because you never made the logo.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, for me, shout-outs, because I'm assuming Theory's done. Midnight, Greater CTR, oftentimes we'll play Heroes together. Arcane, we'll play Heroes. I was in the I Remembered It Better chat room last night, and we were kind of goofing off together. That was fun. Cuddles and his friend, it's very close to Sylvanas. I'm sorry I forget your name. She's Australian, which apparently means something to people who care. I mean that in a good way.
Shout-outs are supposed to be positive.
No, I mean that in a good way. I don't care where someone's from. I don't care if they're a guy or a girl. They are a person. That's all that matters.
We need to add in a slinging mud segment so that we can add things like this in and just throw random jabs at people.
Asses, apparently. I'm not jabbing, though. That's the thing. I meant it as a compliment. I don't care where you're from. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care if you're a guy or girl, unless I'm interested in dating you, and then you're going to be a girl and not a guy. Other than that, I don't care.
Okay.
It doesn't... Yes,
you're not going to recover. Just move on.
Yeah. So I'm giving this person a shout out. Obviously, it's something positive. So yeah, that's the shout outs. Theory, why don't you tell us how to get a hold of everybody?
Okay, I can do that. So Draven, you can follow him at Draven Dresden. Scarlet is at Scarlet_CTR. I am at Gank Theory. Latterus is at WillGSX. For the show, we are at epicfailpodcast.com. Newly revamped website. You can catch everything on there. Facebook /podcast Epic Fail and Twitter at podcast Epic Fail.
Yes.
Can you say that faster?
That faster.
I could. You want me to do the whole thing faster? I can do it faster.
No, I was
I'm just glad the website thing is done. It took, what, 7, 8 days?
A little over a week. Yeah.
Oh my God.
A little over a week. But hey, it's been working pretty good past few days. We still tweak a couple things, but it looked good. So.
And we'll get to your comment in chat in a minute, Cuddles, after the show. All right, you know what? We're just going to do it now. From Cuddles to Theory. What are you doing this weekend? I need someone to have dinner with tomorrow night. So, Theory, I'm going to put you on the spot.
So, tomorrow night I am working. And then shortly thereafter, there's fireworks, which means
down.
In my house, when we have fireworks, we have to wrangle the dogs. So I'm one of those people who don't get to enjoy fireworks. If you don't know me, we do rescue dogs. That's a big passion of my wife's. So we have anywhere between 4 and 8 dogs in our house at any point in time. Right now, we are full up with 8. And we will be trying to make sure that they don't go crazy from all of the quote unquote rednecks in my neighborhood shooting off guns and fireworks. And we will try to decide which one it was when we hear it.
Yeah.
So that's my fun night tomorrow.
Yep. I'm sorry, Cuddles. I tried.
If I could take one of those dogs, I totally would. But different country and all.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a shipping price for that one.
Yeah. And just in case, I think it was episode 18. If you guys watched the video, there was some bonus footage on the video part of some dogs.
Yep.
Including, as Theory put it, the Men in Black dog.
Yeah.
I went back and I did
just
that.
like them.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think that's a show. Is that a show?
I think that's a show.
All right. Let's see if I can fail again at the outro, because I will be upset if that's the case. Yep.
Failed.
Fail. I will put it in post. I don't know why. I can't. Anyway, so I guess that's a show. So, any parting words? No? Scarlett, no?
Good night. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Yep.
That's it.
And so, as usual, the last words of the show are going to be, okay, bye.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.